Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings taking on Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Minnesota offense ready to go to work here. Their quarterback in his 10th season overall now, and 4th as a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
He threw for nearly 350 yards. His team won. And one word just kept coming to mind as I watched him during the game. Surgical. Absolutely surgical. That's why he won NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, very precise. The throws maybe as accurate as he's been in some time.
Yeah, I think he feels pretty locked in here. And I think he feels like he can get it done again in this one, too.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. Good footwork at the 30. Brushing off defenders. The numbers a week ago for Cook. 22 carries, 83 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Second down, they go right back to Cook.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Play action now. Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Cousins gives way to Cook. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Give him 8, maybe 9, but they're still left with a 3rd and long upcoming. Cousins now. Well, the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. T.J. Watt racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Here come the Steelers now on offense, led out by a man who's been at the control since 2004. 6-time Pro Bowler, Ben Roethlisberger.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
They'll run for the first time with Najee Harris.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, Timing, timing, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there, threw it behind him. On third down, Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
On fourth down, the rookie Presley Harvin on to punt for the Steelers.
Back deep, Patrick Peterson. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11. A give. This is Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. To throw is Cousins.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now Cook running right. Powerful running. Fights free yet again. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Here's Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. Throwing is Cousins. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins
to the right side and complete to Jefferson. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First carry for the Boise State Bronco, Alexander Madison. And a solid run down inside the 30. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Handoff comes to Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 43 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again. We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. And remember, that drive started back at the 2, 98 yards into the end zone to finish with that run.
And what do you think the guy who punts the ball is doing? I mean, when that drive started, he was thinking about, okay, catch it, get rid of it, right? When he's warming up in the net, don't step backwards and create a safety because he was counting on worst-case scenario. And as the drive went on, he figured...
He turned that net into a hammock.
Exactly. Give me a drink of water and let me just relax.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later. Hey, it's game day again, but I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
No, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Play action. It's Roethlisberger. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch. Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10.
Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession.
And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Cook. 67 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half. A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Cook. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
And that's why Dalvin Cook is the Minnesota Vikings featured back. You put the ball in his hands, good things happen. 2nd in the NFL last year in rushing with 1,557 yards, and that's now back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons with 30 combined total touchdowns. What a player is Dalvin Cook.
2nd and 9.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. He'll find Thielen, work in the middle. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. That's on Kelechi Osemele, the guard. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. On the handoff, it's Madison. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. To throw, Cousins.
They'll get this underneath to Madison.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there, 1st down, Vikings.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
Now a give to Madison, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Here's Madison. And he's brought down. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Trying the power game with Ham. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. C.J. Ham, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it's polished off by a Viking score. Taking it about the 1. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
Well, it certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Seven yards there and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They'll run with Snell. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Following the fumble recovery, it's Roethlisberger. It's brought in by Harris. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll try and throw for him with Roethlisberger. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action with Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Here's Roethlisberger. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on second down. Cousins. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Cousins. To Jefferson on the slant. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Cousins again. They'll wind up losing about a dozen. Play, and it'll be a second and long. Final play of the half. Cousins. And he completes it to Westbrook. So we have come next. So he comes out of nowhere. He's got this handlebar mustache, greasy hair, and he says, "Would you rather eat a jar of mayonnaise or 3 sticks of butter?" And I'm looking. All right, never mind. Third quarter action now. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Second down, again they defer to Snell. Room to run past midfield. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Benny Snell, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
Going to begin the drive here with Madison.
44 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Here's Madison running on first down. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Play fake. Cousins. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll run with Madison. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. 2nd down and 3. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Here's Madison getting it again on 2nd. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Madison. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Tyler Conklin. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give him a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
From the 25 on 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
He's going to air one out. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
And out now come the Vikings. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. throwing. Cousins. He's got Smith here. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Well, that's a tough, costly penalty, because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. And this is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench, not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
On the return, Johnson. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
Roethlisberger will throw. And they get to him with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Danielle Hunter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
But we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
84 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
6 yards left on 2nd down.
They'll run again with Harris. Down right around the 25. So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Dalvin Tomlinson able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. And he missed it. That was neither far enough. It wasn't even on target. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. It blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
Here's Madison getting it again on second.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
He'll air this out deep for Harmon.
And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins.
Middle of the field to Jefferson.
And down inside the 15 he goes. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll run it with Madison, and he'll find his way down right around the 12.
Antoine Winfield up from the secondary with a tackle. Still 9 remaining on second down.
Cousins. This is caught, and he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Madison, and he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
This is obviously a critical sequence for this defense if they want to stay in this game. Down 2 scores already. They give up a touchdown here. That'll make things really difficult for their offense moving forward.
Again, Madison.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Alexander Madison, his 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Vikings are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. He gets it complete to Harris. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off by Harrison Smith. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
Going on the ground with Madison, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there, and I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think you may want to keep them cranking high right here.
And oh, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up fourth down.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
Well, you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Here's Roethlisberger. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll contain him to just 4, second down. Now it's Roethlisberger. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. This game not quite as good as the last. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. And now Big Ben will lead the Steelers up to go for 2. Roethlisberger looking to throw.
And the Steelers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a two-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the two-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. There's a great example right there.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another carry now for Madison. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game. And that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
And he's brought down. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Ben going to throw. Claypool with another catch.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Now Roethlisberger. Able to hit his target, Claypool.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here we go. It's Roethlisberger on 4th down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Minnesota, they move back over 500 at 7-6. And they'll get the weekend off now as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.